Welcome into another video. It is officially that time of year, guys. The Super Bowl is behind us. We are over a week removed from the regular season and the postseason, and it is now draft time. It's pretty much just draft focus. Obviously, free agency is going to be awesome this year, and it's going to be in the middle of that, but it's draft time. We're 6 days away from the combine, 65 days away from night number 1, and I've officially finished my entire scouting list for the 2026 NFL draft. Double the amount of players that I was able to get around last year. Last year, I think I tapped out at like 155 players, which was mostly wide receivers, running backs, cornerbacks, safeties, and mix in some tight ends and some edge rushers. This year, I have a total of 321 players. Now, obviously, you can't scout 321 players in 65 days. I've been building up plenty of rapport on most of these guys. Probably you're at least top 3 round guys. I have a pretty good grasp on over the next few months up until the NFL draft is when I'm really going to be hitting the nitty gritties, these projected late round guys. I really want to know every single player who gets drafted. There's about 255 to 265 picks every single year, and I have 321 players. Like I said, I want to know every single player who gets drafted, so I thought I would take you guys through my entire list this year. And if you notice anybody missing that I need to be on the lookout for, I mean, I've compiled through a lot of consensus lists on especially some of these late round guys. Now, these are all in alphabetical order, but if you see anybody that you think like, hey, this guy needs to be on your list and he's not, let me know, and I'll put them on my list. Let's go ahead and kick it off with the quarterbacks. And I'm super excited about these, man. So if they're in blue, that means they got invited to the scouting combine. If they are in yellow, that means they did not get invited to the scouting combine. So let's go. Drew Allar, I mean, that you've got to be excited to kind of figure out with him, Klubnik, and Nussmeier. These were guys in the preseason that were looking like these were going to be some borderline first-round picks. And now I don't think they're in that. I mean, Drew Allar was seemingly looked like a top 15 pick, at least back in August before the disaster season at Penn State. It's going to be exciting to dive deep into all of these guys. Obviously, at number 11 here, this is, like I said, in alphabetical order, not in any particular order. Fernando Mendoza, the seemingly locked number 1 overall pick to the Las Vegas Raiders. Miller Moss, even though, starting at USC, making his way to Louisville. Didn't get invited to the combine, but I'm excited to dive deep into him. Heisman runner-up, Diego Pavia. Probably not going to translate well to the NFL game, but excited to dive deeper into him. Let's go ahead and get into the running backs. And I'm excited. The same thing with, like, it feels like this whole Penn State group, you know. You were thinking, like, last August, like, Nico Singleton was going to be one of the best to come out of the class this year, and you know, it doesn't feel that way this year. It feels like he's not really in that mix. But let's load through the list here. You got fullback Eli Heidenreich getting invited to the combine, so I had to throw him in my list. He won me some money this year, actually, betting on him. You got Jeremiah Love in there, obviously. Roman Hemby and his teammate Kalon Black, who didn't get an invite to the combine, but I was impressed with Black this season. I wanted to throw him in my list. Jim Miller and Jaden Ott. Jaden Ott, I all the talent in the world with Jaden Ott. I really had to have him in my list. A lot of people at Oklahoma hate DeMarco Murray, say it's his fault. Same with Jam Miller, kind of battled injuries in and out of the season this year. I was a fan of Jam Miller's. I want to get those guys in there. You got Nico Singleton, as you can see here. Let's get into the wide receivers. Talk about 53 wide receivers, which I think falls just a little bit short of how many I went through last year. I think I went through 40 wide receivers last year. Cyrus Allen didn't get invited to the combine, but the PFF boys love this guy, so I'm excited to dive deep into his tape. Chris Bell, Dylan Bell, Skylar Bell, the Bell boys, all right there in the mix. And Jeremy Bernard, Denzel Boston, though, excited to dive into his tape. Zachariah Branch, I thought had a really good playoff. He looked great against Alabama in the SEC championship game. I'm excited to dive deep in his tape. You can see Concepcion is on here. CJ Daniels is on here. Omar Cooper Jr. is on here. You scroll down a little bit, you also got his teammate Elijah Sarah. Trevor Pena, like I said, these Penn State guys, man. Fall-offs. Noah Thomas, also another one who didn't get an invite to the combine, and then Squirrel White. Now, nobody really likes Squirrel White, but I like Squirrel White. I've liked Squirrel White because of his name. So I threw him on my list to get in there. But obviously you see Jordan Tyson, the big names. Mekhi Lemon, where's he at? Did we already go through? We already passed him? Where's he at? Oh, there he is. I was like, holy shit, do we not have the one and only on here? Like, you got to have him. Carnell Tate. Carnell Tate has a really good chance to be my number one guy. We're going to find out. I haven't come to a conclusion yet fully. Tight ends, all of these guys who were on my list made the combine. I even threw an extra couple in there who I did not have on my list that are going to the combine just because, fuck it. 8 centers, Connor Tolleson, the only one who didn't get invited to the combine. I cut a few down. I think I was at 11, cut my way down to 8. Forget who I cut off, but Pat Coogan, the Rose Bowl MVP, I'm pretty sure. I haven't dove into any of the offensive linemen yet outside of a few tackles like Fano and Lomu. So I'm really excited to get into the centers and the guards. And I mean, I'm no professional, especially when it comes to the offensive linemen. But I mean, this is what it's all about. This is about, getting better year by year. This is the biggest I've dove into it, coming off just 2 years ago where I'm doing like 60 guys, doubling it, or if not more. And then same thing this year. I did a lot of studying, a lot of growing this year. Let's get our way into the defense, though. Let's go ahead and move on with this a little bit here. The edge and defensive ends, David Bailey and Ruben Bain Jr., as you can see, they're at 2 and 3. Once again, alphabetical order. Projected probably top 5 picks, top 10 picks. Keldrick Fulks in this mix. Romello Height, Cassius Howell. I threw the Chicago guy, Aiden Hubbard, on the list because I watched a few Northwestern games this year, liked what I saw from him. Same with Gabe Yakas. I know Yakas is projected probably to go in like the 3rd round around then, but watched plenty of Illinois this year, so I had to get him in the mix as well on my list. LT Overton, R. Mason Thomas, I thought had a really good season. Same with Tyreek Sapp. Those are 2 players that I'm really excited to dive deep into. Zion Young from Missouri, Senior Bowl defensive MVP right there, projected nonstop to go to my Chicago Bears. So I'm excited to dive deeper into these guys. I mean, if I'm fully being honest with you guys, I've only dove deep into, like I said, the first few guys that are projected to go in like the 1st round, like Falk, TJ Parker, Zion Young, all of those guys, Bain, and then same with the linebackers. So I haven't gotten really deep into these lists. I've just compiled them consensusly, and mostly so far I've only done offense. So I just wanted to give you guys the list. I know Mesidor, he's just skyrocketing up the boards. Derek Moore, really high level prospect there. IDL, last one on the list, Peter Woods there, projected top 10 pick probably. I know some people think he's the best player in the draft. Not a lot of people loved his tape at Clemson this year. Not a lot of people love Clemson in general this year, but Peter Woods is supposed to be a game wrecker. Super excited to dive deeper into these guys. Caden McDonald, I see a lot of people projected him to go to my Bears. And then linebacker, CJ Allen, Basante from Miami, Botcher from Oregon. Where are the big ones at? There you go. Jacob Rodriguez, Heisman candidate, should have been. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles Jr., Scooby Williams, and then a lot of cornerbacks. And you got Mansour Delane in here, projected potential top 15 pick. Jermon McCoy, projected top 15 pick. Avian Terrell, projected 1st round pick. Some really, 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 really big names this year coming out of the draft at cornerback. D'Angelo Ponce, I mean, what a monster playoff he had. And then at safety, Caleb Downs, arguably the best player in the draft, leading this list here. Bud Clark of TCU, and then McNeil Warren and Dylan Thieneman, projected potential 1st round picks. Both have been projected to go to my Chicago Bears in some mock drafts. There you have it. And then you have your kickers and your punters, which we don't really need to get into. But there you have it. That is my entire scouting list for the 2026 NFL draft. There's going to be, countless videos, mock drafts. I'm doing 4 mock drafts. You're going to get to see my top 15 at probably every position, some top 10s, some top 20s, some top 15s. It's going to be countless videos on countless videos on countless videos. I'm going to have 4 NFL mock drafts. I'm going to have 4 Chicago Bears mock drafts. It's going to be beautiful. Like, I fully plan on within the next 5 years, probably being able to do like top 300 lists like that, like intertwining positions. I'm very new to this, so don't come in here thinking I'm a professional or anything like that. but I am doing a lot of studying. I'm doing a lot of learning. I'm reading books. I'm watching videos, doing whatever I can to get better at scouting these players coming out of the collegiate level. Because I'm not saying I want to be a scout one day, but when I keep making these videos year after year after year, I want you guys to start trusting my word more and more and more and more. You know, I kind of know ball. Okay, so cut me some slack. I'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Please let me know down below who I'm missing from this list. Who are some guys that I need to get on this list? Let me know. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.